What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on this topic, and I want to talk about this Diddy situation yet again because of course there's more things coming out each and every day. Now, this has just been so embarrassing to Diddy's children, especially his twins, because they disabled their comments on TikTok. They posted themselves in their prom dresses and they turned off the comments because people were flooding the comments with some egregious things that shouldn't be said to his daughters. I just think it's utterly disgusting for those individuals who made those disparaging remarks towards Jessie and Delilah. They're just trying to cope with the loss of their mother the best way they know how. They're also just trying to be normal teenagers, and they're trying to enjoy themselves the best way they know how in the midst of all this madness, and people are just taking it out on them like they're responsible for Diddy's actions. I saw a lot of comments saying that the twins should be ashamed of themselves for supporting their father, and I'm like, these girls are like 16 or 17, you know, they need time to figure all this out. Give them some grace, y'all. Come on, where is the moral compass in all of this? But anyway, y'all, let's move along. So Diddy's been hit with another lawsuit, and it's coming from that side of the spectrum that you don't want to mess with, all right? From that side, we know how it is when you start dealing with those individuals, right? The privileged, all right? So when you start to gain grounds on disrespecting and one of them, it's serious business. Now, her name is Crystal McKinney, and she's a former model, and she's alleging that Diddy made her.
Diddy was hit with another lawsuit today. Crystal McKinney claims she met Diddy when she was just 22 years old in 2004 at the Men's Fashion Week in New York City. Diddy invited her back to his studio where things got scary. Crystal said Diddy and his friends were drinking and smoking weed. She took a hit of the joint, which she described as very powerful. She believed that the joint was probably laced with some other drug. Diddy then ordered Crystal to the bathroom where he forced himself on her. He would go on to shake her head down to his crotch and demand that she give him, She refused, but Diddy continued to put her head down, so she eventually was forced to perform oral on Diddy. Crystal says that at some point she tried to walk away but lost consciousness. She woke up later in a taxi and realized that she had been assaulted. Crystal claims that she was then blacklisted from the modeling industry. She would go on to deal with severe depression, believing that she sabotaged her own career. In 2004, she attempted to unalive herself and was hospitalized. Crystal says that she was inspired to speak out against Diddy after seeing the other women that he assaulted come forward. Now, this is definitely not the first lawsuit filed against Diddy. Several suits have been filed against him, making claims that he assaulted people, claims of trafficking. He has been accused of a list of horrific acts against men and women. We will continue to keep up with the situation, so make sure you follow this account for all your reality, TV news and gossip, trending topics, and entertainment news quick tidbits. Run over to my YouTube channel for a full-length video about this topic. Bye, guys.
All right, so you guys just heard that. Now, upon reading a lot of comments in regards to a lot of people that were making videos about this particular model who's suing Diddy for SA, I have to say I was surprised with the amount of comments that are leaning to the fact that they don't believe her story. Now, for those of you who follow me tight, you know I'm not of the mindset of discrediting or discounting women, especially when they come forward with SA allegations or DV allegations, because personally I've seen a couple of women later on in life just totally have a major breakdown. And one of the women that I'm speaking of was an it girl back in the day. Every guy had a crush on her. Very beautiful, nice body, very smart, charismatic. And now if I showed you a picture of her from back then versus now, it would totally break your heart. And it's all because people didn't believe her because she was a victim of SA and DV at the hands of her own father. Now, a lot of people say that she messed around and got strung out on that stuff, and that could have contributed to the fact that she lost her mind, and I get that. But me, I look at the root of the issue, and the core root of the issue for me is the fact that she was SA'd by her father and nobody believed her. Imagine going to your mom to tell her some uncomfortable truths, and she basically turning around on you and says to her daughter, "You just wanted my man." Now imagine her daughter hearing that. Your mom is accusing you of wanting your father, or you desired your father in that way. I'm telling you, that's some despicable ish right there. But anyway, let's move along. So guys, y'all heard the news about 50 Cent. So 50 Cent has sold the documentary of Diddy to Netflix. I want you guys to check out these clips, and I'll be back with my 2 cents on that.
Breaking news, 50 Cent has sold the Diddy documentary to Netflix. Let me tell you something, 50 Cent is somebody whose bad side you never want to be on because he will stay on your ass like a diaper rash for the rest of your days. Like, he has been antagonizing Diddy for years now, but to make a whole documentary about him being a sexual deviant is next level. And it looks like they might be dropping this sooner rather than later. There are no release dates though in the article, but I would estimate that it's probably gonna come like maybe late summer, early fall. And they're going to have to continuously update the documentary as more victims come forward. It's going to have to be a whole multi-part series. This model just came forward today and alleges that Diddy essayed her back in 2003. Her name is Crystal McKinney, and much like Cassie, she is suing to get her coin, and I do not blame her. The diddler might as well get his checkbook ready because he's about to pay up in more ways than one. And this Netflix documentary is about to lay it all out for us real good. 50 Cent did his big one with this.
When I say 50 Cent is unmatched, he is unmatched. His pettiness goes beyond anybody that has ever been petty in the hemisphere of pettyism in this damn universe. Child, 50 Cent made a bidding war off of Diddy Do It. Diddy Do It was bought by Netflix, baby. So this docuseries will be out about everything that has happened since Cassie has filed this lawsuit against Diddy. Leave 50 Cent out of everything because this man's pettiness is beyond compare. I mean, now this is not only going to be a part of history, there's going to be a movie about it. At this point, I don't really care about Diddy. I am worried about his kids because now his kids have to watch this on Netflix, and you know this is going to be a very highly rated viewing damn docu-series. Everybody and their mama is going to be in this stuff. I know people are saying Diddy is not going to make it to the end of this year, which I'm hoping he does because, baby, he deserves to stand trial for everything. He does not deserve to go out the easy way. And yes, I think that's the easy way, and that's a cowardly way when you are facing things like this. We don't need it. But baby, I will be front row and center with some popcorn and a glass while this happens. I am ready to see this. I'm very curious on how 50 Cent is going to push this out. Oh Lord.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that, and listen, I get it. I know a lot of people are just happy to see Diddy go down. I hope he goes down myself because at the end of the day, this is not about tearing a melanated man down. This is about tearing a criminal down. But this is the thing. I don't like this coming from 50 Cent. You guys know that I really don't like 50 Cent. Ever since he said that about his own son, saying that his son could get hit by a bus and he wouldn't even care. I think that right then and there, y'all should have counseled him because I have. But listen, y'all are grown. You do what the hell you want. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. Secondly, I know that this comes from a place of bitterness. He's upset because Diddy bagged his baby mom and had her out there doing whatever, right? Allegedly. And so I know this comes from a place of bitterness. Now, I want to ask 50 Cent the same question. Are you going to hold Dr. Dre accountable too? Because he's definitely suplexed and DDT'd a few women in his day. Michelle A, does that ring a bell? Huh? He's very, very, very much in the same breath when it comes to DV as a Diddy. Now, we don't have a video of it. How about Dr. Dre's ex-wife, Nicole Young, who says that Dr. Dre held a pow-pow to her head? And it wasn't just once, ladies and gentlemen, it was twice that he did that. And again, countless of other women that have came forth and said Dr. Dre violated them within that way. So I need to ask 50 Cent this. Is this documentary about Diddy coming from a good place and you really genuinely care about women that has been affected by DV and that say? Or, just like I said previously, are you just upset because he dug your baby mama out? Now, let's just say it's both, because two things can be true at one time. If you have any respect for women and things of that nature, why haven't you checked Dr. Dre? Why are you still a part of his label? Why are you still dealing with him? After all the things that has come out with him, have you ever questioned him about it? Because I'm gonna need you to keep that same energy with Dr. Dre as well. I know we don't have video footage of it, but where there's smoke, there is absolute fire. Now, what would be interesting to see if the women that were violated by Dr. Dre, if they came together and put together a documentary or whatever the case may be and came with substantial proof, would 50 Cent then distance himself from Dr. Dre? I don't think so. I think there will be several excuses. So to sum this all up, I like the direction that it's going. I just don't get down with the messenger. Don't like 50 Cent at all. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's move right along. So Diddy's former head of security, Roger Bond, sat down with Piers Morgan. Yeah, Piers Morgan. Listen, I don't know why, but he sat down with him and he talked about some interesting things involving Kim Porter and what he saw during the time when Kim and Diddy were together. I want you guys to take a look and a listen at this, and then I'll be back to give you my thoughts.
What did you see him do with Kim Porter?
I seen him inside the car, grab her up. I seen him smack her. You know, and one thing about Kim is Kim got to the point where she fought back because she realized how powerful she was. It was one incident on Sunset Boulevard in front of the Beverly Hills Hotel where I just seen the car rocking back and forth. You know, of course, he put everybody out the car, but I seen the car shaking. So I opened the door. I said, "What are you doing? You know, what are you doing? You see where we at and what are you doing?" And Kim got out the car like nothing happened. And she fixed her hair and she told him, she said, "I want to see you explain to the media that scratch I'm going to put across your face if you put your hands on me again." And that was Kim's attitude. Kim's attitude was she realized that what he had to explain meant more to him than anything. And once she realized she had that power, she said, "Nah, not no more. Because you're going to have to explain why you all marked up."
Now, speaking of Kim Porter, her best friend Ebony took to Instagram and she posted something in honor of Kim after the video of Puffy putting hands on Cassie surfaced. All right. So this is what she said. She said, "One never knows just how much you will miss a person until they are no longer here. Grief grips you when you least expect it and will change your entire day, your plans, your actions towards people you love, your mood, make you question if you're depressed, if you're in your right mind, if you're tripping, makes you withdraw from everyone, etc. Grief has no limit, be it 5 years or 50 years. I live this every day. Even though I laugh, make everyone else laugh, share my good energy, tan on the beach with friends, be the life of the party. None of it matters because the grief grip comes when it wants to, and it never really leaves. Some days are just tougher than others, and I never expected this. If you notice that I've changed, I have. Not because I wanted to, I just can't help it and can't control it. Bonnie, your energy has always been so strong and remains that way still. You were always a force to be reckoned with since the day we met. Your strength, class, heart, beauty, conviction, grace, and spirit of your grandmother, Leela Starr, because you are every bit of her, are all of what make you so very special to everyone you encountered. Because of that, we can't get you off the brain. Meemaw did an amazing job with you, and it continues till this day. I hate like hell that it had to come to this, but God always knows best no matter what. One thing we are promised in life is death, and we can all say, I wish I could have done X, Y, Z, but we are human and we have no dog in this fight. You are tremendously missed, my sister, for life. I can't get you off the brain even if I tried. You just won't let me. Continue to work from heaven for us, and we will forever sing your praises until our last breath. As for me, I've been gripped, and I can't even say I'm mad about it. Just super sad about it. I love you so much and miss you even more. You have no idea, sis. Continue to rest well and be at peace in beautiful paradise. I love you and wish you never left. I'm lost, but managing. Now, Diddy's baby mama, Misa Hilton, spoke out on yesterday and she posted this to Instagram. She says, I'm heartbroken that Cassie must relive the horror of her abuse, and my heart goes out to her. I know exactly how she feels, and through my empathy, it has triggered my own trauma. These young people were raised by women that want the best for them. We put God and education first and have always been united in our mutual effort to support their dreams. Two of the youngest do not have their mother here, and it has been our duty to support them. Their father needs help, and I'm praying that he truly does the personal work and receives it. All right, so you guys just heard all of that. So let me start with Roger Bonds. He catches a lot of heat on social media because a lot of people feel that everybody that was around Diddy back in the day should have spoken out then, and I wholeheartedly agree. But there is another side because you have certain individuals that have family that is compromised and their family depends on them to put food on the table. And so if you're in a situation where you're definitely just struggling to make ends meet and there's no other income coming in at the time, what do? Snitch on Diddy and stand on business? Or do you just go ahead and just go along about your business and work and get paid and put food on the table? Now, me personally, I'm the type of individual to go broke, to go and find another job, or if I did stay quiet in that particular time, best believe when I leave, I'm going to expose that because my moral compass will not let me sleep good at night. That's just my personal opinion. Now, a lot of people decide to just take that avenue and decide not to say anything, but then when somebody come out with the same claims that you witnessed, so you say, Roger, now you want to come with the receipts and talk about the things that transpired during the time you worked for Diddy, right? And so that looks a little hypocritical in my opinion. Now, another thing that I want to say about Kim Porter's friend Ebony, like I get the tribute to Kim. You know, it was very heartfelt. It was very beautiful, but you know something. You know something. And again, here we have a situation where you have a close friend. I'm sure that Kim confided in her and told her some deep and dark things that went down during her relationship with Diddy. And I just don't understand why people who was close to Kim are afraid to come out and just tell the things that Kim possibly told her. Now, what's really dynamic about this situation is that you decided to post this right after the video leaked of Diddy putting pause on Cassie. So we know that you're trying to put out a message without putting out a message, so to speak. And I just feel right now like people who know anything about Diddy's dirty dealings and you're not speaking out about it, you are becoming an accessory to the fact of why he hasn't been charged. If you have vital information, if you have receipts and things like that to back you up and you hold the key, why not present that evidence? Why are you holding on to it? At this particular point, it's no need for you to come on social media and honor someone and post all of these tributes if you know that she may have been done dirty by Diddy. I'm just keeping it real. Now, if you don't know, Miss Ebony, I'm keeping it real. I'm being respectful. If you don't know, you know, I respectfully rescind what I'm saying to you. But at the end of the day, somebody knows something. We know that Kimora knows something and she's still not talking, you know, but it's just doing Kim Porter a disservice every time you take to social media and you haven't really exposed the truth that you actually know. Now, as far as Misa coming out, we know that Misa caught them hands from Diddy back in the days. I believe she was underneath somebody's truck when he was putting paws on her. So I'm pretty sure her seeing Cassie being slung every which way definitely sparked that trauma that she once lived up again with inside of her. But one of my main concerns and question is, like, what does Diddy have over his grown children? I'm not talking about the twins or the little baby. I'm talking about his grown children, right? What does he have over them for them not to speak out, especially Christian, Justin, and, you know, Quincy. Now, Quincy is not his biological son. We know that's Al B. Sure's son. Shout out to Al B. Sure. But he must have a hell of a package deal waiting for them when he passes away, because they will not speak out or question anything. Like at this particular point, if I was Diddy's son and I saw the way he did Cassie, I'm looking at him, and if Kim Porter was my mom or Misa was my mom, I'm looking at him like, if you did that to her, what did you do to my mom? You know what I'm saying? I'm questioning, you know, but it seems like they are all in alliance with Diddy. Like they won't go against him. They won't go against the grain and say anything. Maybe I'm asking too much for kids to actually look at the other side of things and say, hey, my father may be involved in some very sinister things, and maybe, just maybe, my father is an absolute monster. And I'm gonna tell you something, they know he's a monster because I'm pretty sure that he's took them through some things as well. I'm pretty sure that he's took his kids through some things. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to drop down and let me know what you think about everything that was discussed within this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.